season, My Hero Academia, Close Ultra. Manga, anime, news, and more. Close Ultra.
Hello and welcome to the 115th episode of the My Hero Academia podcast. I'm Kendra, and today with me we have returning special guest, comic writer extraordinaire, Jay Perrier.
Hello.
Hello. Is comic writer the appropriate description?
I think I was thrown off by extraordinaire. I'm like, man, I don't think anyone's described me that way before.
Now's the time to start. You gotta put in your Twitter handle.
Oh, boy.
And also, as per usual, we have James with us as well. Say hi, James.
Hello. I'm here.
And Gary.
Hi, everybody.
Yay. But today we're going to be talking about a little bit of news, as well as chapter 279, which I'm kind of excited about, because it's a doozy, and I really like the color spread. But before we get into that, we do have some kind of cool news that we're getting like an OVA or kind of like a filler episode announced. It's coming out August 16th in Japan, but then it's going to be streamed August 30th on other services in Japan. So I don't know if that means Crunchyroll's getting it later.
They said Hulu Japan and like VPNs exist.
Yeah.
So you could probably watch it that way. I don't know if I doubt it'd be subtitled, but
that's the thing.
You'll get the gist of it.
Yeah, but it's going to be called My Hero Academia Survive! Do or Die Survival Training. And it's finally the disaster relief training that I think Sophie has really wanted for a while. So it's exciting. But it's basically an underground mall, stuff collapses, and the team has to like work a way to escape before the air runs out.
Oh, I was hoping for like Chopping Mall. That would be amazing. It's a 80s, like security robots go crazy and like attack a bunch of teens. It's really bad.
It's also the reference for a Simpsons episode. I think they referenced that with Itchy and Scratchy Land. It was part Jurassic Park and part Chopping Mall.
That's amazing.
It says they're divided into two teams. I am just reading the Anime News Network article about it, so I'll make sure to link it when I tweet out the episode. But it's interesting. I wonder if it'll be longer than like the usual 20 minutes or 22 minutes or whatever. Who knows? It's a mystery. And in other news, Deku is on the cover of Shonen Jump, even though he's not in this chapter. And did one of you guys want to read the author comment?
Horikoshi says, it's tentacle, not tentacle. Sorry to the readers, Shoji and Yaoyorozu, for making this error in the Japanese version. Mm-hmm. Is this in reference to mispronouncing or misnaming a character?
I think, Shoji's name is Tentacle, so I think in an earlier chapter, Yaoyorozu called Shoji the wrong name, I think. I think Caleb might have mentioned it, that he corrected it himself. I don't remember what chapter it was or anything.
I feel like it was the last one. I think it's the last one. But then, like, as I read this author comment, I was thinking he was, like, naming Shoji and Yaoyorozu. I'm like, what?
And it's all their fault.
This sounds like something like Bakugo would call Shoji, just call him Tentacle, kind of like how he called like Mina Raccoon Eyes and Sero like Tape Flat Face or something like that back in the sports festival. Yeah.
Yeah, Bakugo's just rude, but he has fun nicknames. They're cool. There also is I can't find it now, but there's something where like. It's a picture of Deku, and then it shows, like, the script, like, the Black Mist is unleashed. I think it's, like, a promotional picture for Season 5.
So the Black Whip is coming.
Or Black Whip, yeah. I keep calling it Black Mist.
I didn't know, I don't know why, I thought it would be a different color, the Black Whip, but, I guess it makes more sense for Deku to have a green radiating aura.
Oh, you're right! I didn't really look at the color of the whip around it. Oh. Yeah, you're right. I guess that's an interesting choice. I wonder if, like, the original user didn't have the green aura bit, and that it kind of, like, changes with each wielder.
Maybe when he had hair, he had black hair. And then Deku is, like, generally green, so it takes on your, like, aura.
The Black Whip is actually just Harry.
Oh,
That's
Black Whip.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, I don't want it to be fuzzy.
Yeah, Deku's like Wolverine, but instead of claws coming out of his knuckles, long hair just shoots out.
It's better than Bobo, or Bobo.
But are we ready to jump into the chapter? Or is there any? I don't think there's any other news.
It was Jiro's birthday yesterday.
Oh yeah, Jiro, best girl, and it was Ashido's the day before, and then I think it was Ciro's a little bit before that. So there's a lot of July birthdays.
There was a thing saying that season 4 of My Hero Academia was more popular than Rick and Morty or something.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Trying to look for the article.
Oh,
That's impressive.
cool.
I guess I didn't send it.
And I do like that. I think there's also a Nendroid of Deku that's been announced as well, which is kind of cute. But it's just like
The Ida Nendroid too.
ooh,
That one's cute.
we must collect them all. Oh, what else? I don't think I actually have.
Oh, there is
Like
some
more
more
things.
stuff. I'm sorry. I missed a whole lot of stuff, but there is some other things. I'm trying to find them again. But Aitakuji was selling like a art, not like an art book with the Genga stuff on it. Like, I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, they're releasing a animation artworks book which covers episodes 1 through 13 and 14 through 25, and it has like animation cell art and concept art and all that stuff.
Ooh, very cool.
Yep.
That's sweet. Yeah, I mean, that's exciting to me because I personally think the earlier seasons of My Hero for the anime look better than the current ones.
Mm.
Mhm.
I just feel that they were a bit more consistent than what we have now. Not to say that there aren't good stuff.
Mm.
There's also a new figure line that Van Presto's releasing that has Deku, Kirishima, Overhaul, Fat Gum, Chronostasis, and Mimic on it.
Ooh.
Huh.
I don't know if I
Cool.
shared that, but there's also like Deku and has Eri on his backpack, like a backpack. So it's like
That's cute.
I just wanted to go back to Jay's comment about the artwork. Like was it the last episode where like Endeavor goes nuts on Ian? Like I thought that was really outstanding, but I do agree, like overall, there was a lot of dips, in the animation during the season. I know a lot of people say that, but yeah, I just want to throw that in there because I thought the Endeavor episode was one of the best animation wise.
Yeah, that episode was really good. But like to say that the whole season looked great is
Yeah.
yeah.
But on a happier note, let's go on to chapter 279.
Season My Hero Academia.
And the title of that chapter is League of Villains versus UA Students. But before that, we get a really cool color spread. Have we seen this color of tuxes before?
I
don't
can't
think so.
recall. Yeah.
I think it was orange before, because I wonder if
Yeah.
this is like a reference to another color spread or something.
What is
Deku's is like
turquoise?
different because everyone else is like turquoise in color, and he's mostly tan, like a tan.
Kirishima's got a tan one as well,
Oh.
and so does Endeavor, and so does Aizawa. So it's kind of like interchange between the characters.
Or Deku is a teacher. Kirishima is secretly as well. Kirishima though has like a turquoise, I guess has a
Shirt,
turquoise
yeah.
like shirt, while Deku has a turquoise tie. And everyone's kind of Deku hair colored.
Yeah, they're kind of focusing on those particular colors, but it looks really cool. I will say, like, Deku needs to be in like a remedial course for necktie tying. Like, it's so bad.
And I really appreciate that it really feels kind of like snapshots during a party. I don't know, but Kaminari gives me the willies. Because he keeps photobombing people. And it's funny. Yeah.
I love that, like, next to him you have really charming natural hawks, and then you have Kaminari, with his own charm, just being himself
Yeah.
and making his way into every, two other people's photos.
He's a
I-
killing trouble.
I was just thinking, like, Gentle Criminal should, like, come on as a teacher at UA and teach, like, how to be a gentleman. That would be amazing.
Gary, you're giving me too many ideas. I'm overwhelmed with emotion right now.
Does Gentle Criminal have a tie?
No, he wears a scarf.
Oh, true.
I'm sure he knows, though.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I really like the natural feel like all these little snapshots have. They look like they're real, like, you know, like somebody just took a snapshot of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, I want to say, like, Endeavor probably like a wine snob or something.
Yes,
Just, like,
Endeavor
snipping.
drinking wine is really funny to me. I can't explain why.
Yeah, I agree.
Goes to
Todoroki,
Martha's
like,
Vineyard yearly. No.
Todoroki, like, looks like he has, like, a little slice of Pepperidge Farm cake, like those frozen ones. And then I was just gonna add one thing, like, I am, like, always the conspiracy theorist person, so I'm, like, predicting that bad things are gonna happen to the people in the corners. Like,
Oh.
I don't know why my mind went that way, but I'm just like, we already know Hawks is, like, really messed up. Like, Midnight, she'll probably be okay. I don't know.
But yeah,
But
it's really, I really appreciate her being there, because, like, I feel like her being a teacher isn't as focused on, maybe, or maybe in the more recent chapters it has been.
Mhm.
But it's nice to be like, oh yeah, she's a teacher, she's there. Do you think something bad's gonna happen to Bakugo and Kirishima then? Oh, Bakugo,
Right.
he's like fighting Shigaraki.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
definitely. I definitely think something's happening with them soon.
I like Amajiki's too, where he's
Yeah.
just kind of like
Oh,
too
yeah.
embarrassed. He's like, no.
He's also
Yeah.
hiding behind Mirio in the
It's
corner there.
amazing.
Yeah.
I above Mirio though, I love that Shoji is about to eat bread and he's kind of like surprised, like please, like as if like please don't watch me eat. But it's like goes to the mystery of like what does he look like without the
This
mask?
is just like the Kakashi mask kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's like
He
under
just,
that
like-
mask is another mask.
He just shoves it up through the neck and then like puts it in. He's like, you don't get to see.
Him and
I was-
Conway Woods would relate because remember that one shot where Conway Woods was trying to drink water and he didn't lift up his mask.
I was thinking, like, he could just turn his hand into a mouth and eat it that way.
yeah.
Probably not as good, though. It'd be weird. I want to comment on President Mike's picture. And he's just got his mouth. I don't know. It's pretty wild looking to me. And Mina, like, with her half squint on one eye. It's pretty wild looking.
And I do like for Hagagure, like the two girls behind her, it almost looks like they're her head.
Oh yeah.
But Cementos in a suit, guys.
Oh yes, you're right. He's so cute.
He is, and he's got little polka dots. Style Maven.
Yes. I don't know. I just love him. He deserves the world. He can't die. He's made of cement. He's invincible. He's the best teacher.
He'll be in, like, the ground and, like, come back for revenge. I gotta say, I think this is my number one color spread. I mean, I might be biased because this is the latest thing I've seen, but I just really
It's
love
really
it.
good. The only other one I liked more than this was that one that was like all red, and it was like an AU, and they're like in a rock band or something.
That was cool.
They're like backstage or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
I
cool.
really liked the one that was like RPG-esque, or like, or I guess Dragon Quest-esque, when that like kind of
Oh
AU.
yeah.
The fantasy one.
Yes.
hmm
Do you have a favorite color spread, Jay?
I love, maybe because I'm also just looking at my the comic calendar for 2020 for My Hero that just features a bunch of color spreads from last year. The current month for July August is the parkour one,
Oh,
where they're all just like in the orange suits and just like running around and jumping through the air and stuff. It's very active, has a lot of energy, and it's really nice to look at.
nice. Oh, lucky. I know I ordered the One Piece like color spread calendar, but I haven't seen the My Hero Academia one. So 2022, I'm coming for you. Because I already got the okay. And now to end that happy note, I also like that Deku is still wearing his like shoes, even though he's supposed to be dressed fancy.
The iconic red shoes.
Yeah, he's got to stick to it. I do also like his gloves as well. They're very
Yeah,
cool.
they're like driving gloves.
He's got to cover up those scars.
Oh yeah, that's what I just realized. I was like, oh, poor Deku. And we jump to the Mudman, the best character in this entire manga, making some mud and going gloop there. That should do it. And reminder, he is in Class 1B. He's Jozu Hananuke, the best character. And then we get Sophie's favorite character, Setsuna Tokage, Lizardy. And she says, quick, we need to go now. He's practically on us. And she's like kind of jostling Hananuke, saying, and he says, you think Monoma's group is okay, Tokage? Look, I'm worried too, but we got our own problems. And I like that she kind of like rejoins her head. And the shot of the floating head as like the Titan approaches them is really cool. And we get a shot of all the students. Some of them who are here, some of them who are in... is this shot all the people who are here?
I believe so.
I think so.
Because I know Caleb was talking about seeing some of Class B who were in other places, but I'm not sure when that was. So when we notice it, we'll be like, okay, these people aren't here.
Does 2 Punch Man have a scouter, like a Dragon Ball Z scouter?
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it before. He just wants to be Vegeta. Vegeta.
Yeah, Vegeta.
But it was really fun, like, kind of seeing all their determined faces, except for, I just think of her as referee girl, because she, like, isn't concerned. She's just like,
Yeah.
oh. And blue fire is coming off his back, so that must mean the League of Villains is with him. And they're all we see most of them are holding these mystery vials. And we get a little bit of explanation from Momo. Ordinarily, this sedative would be administered by injection, but for someone of his size, we would require 30 liters of the solution. Plus, there's no opening to give him an injection because he's constantly on the move. Instead, we'll try to give him an oral dose. And we see Momo's like popping stuff out of her boobs. And Setsuna saying, we got a boogie, come on! And Sophie pointed out in our chat that Mudman is looking away because he's a gentleman. And we see also some trap vines from Vine Girl have Minetta's hairy balls.
Sticky balls.
Sticky balls. Oh, I don't know, they are hair. Yeah, his sticky hair. There. Haha, I have beat it. I've come up with a term for Minetta's thing. Or I guess it's just, yeah, whatever. And I also want to say that I called they were making drugs, so all the credit goes to me. But not really.
Well, speaking of credit, like a while ago I did a joke comic of Ibarra and Mineta teaming up and their move would be called the Grapevine, so...
Oh!
Not to stop at the joke or anything, but I actually don't think those are her vines.
Oh.
Because it's like, they have a different texture compared to like, we'll see later.
Mm.
But I also think Kayla made a point. We can get to that later though. About what happens with those.
Yeah.
But
they're rope.
Yeah, most likely something that Momo generated. There is this really, like, oh, sorry. And so you're saying if any one of us toss into his mouth, he'll be sedated? And there's a really cute moment with Mineta, which I actually, like, really appreciate because he has, like, spent time with her, like, he fought her, and he's just like, Midnight's still alive, right? I don't know, I appreciate, like, this side of Mineta a little bit more. And Ashido's like, of course! She's like, resentless optimism!
And I will comment too, like, he was wasn't he scarred by Midnight during the final exam when him and Zero were teamed up against her?
I think he was more scarred by Mountain Lady, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah, well that I know for sure, but yeah, it is kind of nice to see him concerned. I hope it's genuine and not perverted, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Mina, she says she's still got plenty to teach us back at school. So she's trying to be a morale booster here. Then we have Gigantomachia, and he's like laughing hysterically as he's trying to get through, and he's dragging Mount Lady along as she's still tied by Kamui Woods, and he's just like, ha 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 ha, as he goes through. And Mount Lady says, this big boy's not stopping. Wake up, senpai. loosen your grip so I can get back up. Which, he must be knocked out, Kamui Woods. And it's cute that she calls him Senpai. And we have, I don't know, general chaos with some background characters. I will comment as Gigantomachia is running through. We have a guy that he kind of looks like he's half snake, kind of to the right. And then my favorite, well, there's like a cool dog guy too on the far left, but like right behind the tree, there's this like floating, like Majin Buu kind of guy. I don't know what he is. To the right of the tree.
Yeah, I see him. It looks like his hair's like on fire, or energy. So maybe he's like a will-o-wisp kind of like being.
And like the way his hair or what energy or whatever it is, it kind of looks like horns as well. Like he kind of looks like a goat sheep, but I don't think that's what it is.
It looks like flame hair.
Yeah, it probably is something like that. Okay, so then we have Gigantomachia, and we have like a fade toward the top, so we see that he's actually sinking. And this concerns and like shakes off, or I mean, what's the word? They lose their balance, Toga and Mr. Compress on his back. So as he sinks down, and we see a shot of that, of his, like, thick thighs going down with, like, as the mud is, like, entrenching him. And Momo says, he's going down as planned. I'm yelling timber.
Yes.
She doesn't say that part, though, but she should. Okay, so then, it's kind of, like, sad seeing Gigantomachia.
I love how he looks super sad.
It's cute. He looks like, Tortura, the turtle
Pokemon.
Yeah. Then we get another shot of some background characters. There was nobody that really stood out to me here. Well, there's that guy on the, I don't know what, I can't tell what he is. But
The guy with the big eyes?
No, the one, he's like further to the right. There's a girl like crying.
I thought those were eyelashes for some reason, like really long eyelashes.
I don't know, but she's got like the magical girl ponytail going on.
Yeah.
Or pigtail. But there's a guy to the left of her, and I just cannot tell what's going on. He's got like a body on his back.
Oh.
And the body looks like Present Mike, but it's not, I don't think. Because Present Mike's on the other location. But anyway, I don't know.
I'm sorry, the person I thought had giant eyes actually has normal eyes, and they have like a mask, some black thing underneath their eyes.
Okay. And then actually we do get the guy I was talking about in that last panel. He's on the far left of this panel, and he's like hugging the tree. And he's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt on top of everything.
That's amazing.
He reminds me of Mondo from Generation X. He could like touch stuff and like take its properties. And like his skin would be like that. So
yeah.
It kind of reminds me of him. Weird.
He's doing something to the tree, because it's like, you see that cut by his hand? So.
Yeah, I see that. No. We need like a spin-off series of just like the background character. Like, just doing stuff. Okay, so then we have Jiro, and she yells, right on target! And go, go, go! And everybody is attempting to do things. They're pulling the rope that had the sticky hair on it from Mineta. And there's quite a bit going on as they're running toward them, the Class A students and the Class B students that are in that location. And we have Abara, and she says, forgive us our numbers advantage. And like,
yeah, you can.
What's that?
I was definitely wrong. It wasn't her vines earlier, because like they have like thorn aspect to them, and she's using them here.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just rope. I kind of do wonder why they didn't do it that way, but like we've never really had major explanation on different things her power can do.
I think, because I remember from one of Caleb's thread today, one of the notes is like, it seems like Momo calculated exactly where Gigantomachia was going to drop. And so when Jiro's saying right on target, and you'll see in that last panel, there's a difference between the vines around his neck and then the ropes under his chin.
Yeah, I noticed too, like they're smooth and hers are thorny. That's that's cool. Okay. So Gigantomachia is like disconcerted a little bit. He's got like an exclamation point, and he's trying to tug up. We see that. Well, maybe we see that in a later panel. But the ropes that were attached to the sticky balls are under his chin there, and we have, I can't remember his name, Beast.
Shishida?
Yes, from Class B, and also Sugar Man going on the ropes. And Shishida says, "Our prospects will be slim if he manages to stand up." And I'm not sure, I'm going to credit this to Sugar Man just because he needs a cool line. But he says, "Nap time, big guy." And also Kendo is back there. And Sophie mentioned that too, that she was happy to see her among the strong people. She's using her quirk with her big old hands to pull. And then we do see under his chin with the adherent of the sticky hair. I will comment too, I'm sorry I'm noticing all the thick thighs and stuff, but the calves on Sugar Man are insane.
You could also,
These are
Kendo's calves too.
Oh yeah.
These are important observations. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure our listeners need to know. How are the thighs this week?
The thigh watch.
Yeah. and like his veins are like insane too. He's really giving it all. That's kind of what we're seeing there. Nice to see Sugar Man doing something. Then we have Mr. Compress, and he says, "It's UA. Why are so many of them here?" And Toga's looking down, and like I love that little shot of her on his back there, like the kind of chibi. She looks like Yatsuba or something. It's so cute. And then she's like looking down, and she has like an ellipsis because she's I don't know. She's at a loss for words as she looks at the classes.
And while the League of Villains are distracted, we have Ojiro, Shoji, and Aoyama, Shoji carrying Aoyama, making their way up Gigantamachia's back towards them. And I'm assuming it's Aoyama saying this, but he says, "We can't let the villains interfere," while he just swoons back in Shoji's arms and fires a bunch of lasers. Then we have Jiro's earphone plugged into one of her glove gauntlet things. They're detachable, like making its way up. Dabi notices and immediately torches it. We have Jiro going like, because she's got her earlobes burned. And Ojiro and Shoji are throwing what looks like a bunch of Kaminari's projector discs. And on the next page, we see the discs going near or on all of the League of Villains, or Paranormal Liberation Front.
I was gonna say, it took me a while to realize that they were those discs. I thought they were tambourines.
I thought they were throwing money at first.
Oh.
Like Mario coins.
Oh man.
I do want to add that it's interesting that the title of the chapter is League of Villains versus UA students, because technically there's not a League of Villains anymore.
Yeah, I guess to them they're still the League of Villains.
Yeah.
Plus Skeptic, who's just
Plus,
Skeptic is there unwillingly right now almost.
Yeah. He's really not doing much.
Yeah, Skeptic has the most discs on him.
he's just there for the ride, and he's getting bombarded with
I like that he's protecting his laptop. He's really, he respects his tech. He's like, please don't, whatever this is, just don't touch my stuff. And above them, we see Kaminari falling in, which it looks like he was sent up there by Reiko, who is Poltergeist from Class 1B. And Kaminari saying, those targets will keep me from inflicting friendly fire. And he goes, now eat this, and he gets cut off by a bunch of rocks just appearing out of nowhere. He's like, nah? And with little cute sound effects of bam, pop, 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 wham.
It's like Pop Rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
So Mr. Compress is revealed as the one who sent the Pop Rocks over. Saying he nearly had us. That's the child who sucked up the electric attack at the villa. Unfortunately, now I've depleted my stock of seeds. So it looks like he has his new prosthetic is a glove that can shoot out his little compressed marbles. Mm-hmm. which I think is really cool. Whether he got that from Redestro and Detonarat, or Giran did something, who knows? But I think it's a really neat idea.
I approve as well.
Yeah, I kind of want to see, I don't know, like Mr. Compress with a whole range of weapons that just shoots marbles.
And do I do have a question on this. Is this the first time he referred to his marbles as seeds? Is that what he's referring to?
Yeah, this is new terminology.
And I don't remember him ever calling them anything, really.
I don't like seeds, but I guess there's seeds.
Yeah, because usually he was more like magic trick stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess it's kind of like...
sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real magic is just upgraded violence, I guess. So Kaminari is hit by the rocks, so his sneak attack is ineffective, and Gigantomachia is still tugging, but we see his jaw slightly open, and everyone's yelling, "Sleep, sleep, damn it! We can't let him reach the city!" And everyone's just throwing their vials at him, at his slightly open mouth. And we have him react by immediately just blowing air, like, whew. Which I love that the air is depicted, like, not only is it like a gentle breeze, because if it was a fierce like wind, I feel like Horikoshi would draw like strict lines to it, but it's just negative space. It's just like the background is toned, and it's just whites that just like represents that his simple breath can decimate an entire forest. We see all the students getting blown back. Momo, Kuroi, Fanta Black from Class 1B. What's his name? Shihei Kuroi, yeah. Mineta, Hagakure, and Kinako, the Mushroom Girl. Everyone's just getting blown back, yelling like, "Wow!" Mina's holding onto a tree base, saying, "Hang on, guys!" And someone's just yelling, "Ugh, that stinks."
That's my favorite detail.
So, yeah, when I first read this, I thought it was like Sonic Belch. I'm like, what? That's gross.
And then Ojiro's hanging on to the base of a tree with his tail, which I think is really cute. And I guess following up with like comboing with Gigantomachia's just exhaling breath, we see Dabi's blue fire. I guess just taking advantage of the strong winds and just casting more damage and conflagration to the forest.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I wonder if they tried putting the vials in between a slice of cheese, maybe he would.
Or like under a box with a stick in it.
Or like throw it up his nose.
Yeah.
Throw up his nose.
Have Miss Joke there, and then he would like laugh and then inhale it in his nose. You know, or going, I don't know what I'm saying.
And I think that's it for me, my part.
And we see Dabi, and it says, "Is your arm okay?" Is what's oh my gosh, Toga was saying. And it says, "A quirk that transforms morale into physical energy, another that renders him numb to pain." And a whole bunch more. All of these quirks help him last on the battlefield. It's like Ujiko told us. This guy really is our guardian. He says, "Oh no, he's getting up. Ow, hot," as people are saying. And he says, "Cut the fire off all the shadows." I think that's Kaminari saying that. And Mushroom Girl, "And my spores are burning up. Shroom."
Or no, I think Kayla pointed out that's probably Vanta Black.
Ah, shadows, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But he's not here, so it's kind of weird. Or he's like behind the speech bubble.
Yeah. And as we can't get close because of the flames. And then we get Momo, "We're not done." We hear a boom boom pow. As I guess he's getting pulled back down again. That's what it looks like. And she's saying, "I placed explosives deep under the softened ground. If he sinks even lower, we still stand a chance." As we get, oh my gosh, what is his name?
Spinner.
Spinner. I I forgot his name. But Spinner's like, this guy's a pro at digging underground. Might even be faster that way. And Mr. Krampus is like, but that would surely kill us.
It's like,
Maybe.
yeah, I forgot. I'm not immune to dirt.
I was like, they're not mole people. Mr. Krampus continues. He was likely ordered to bring us along, and since he's being held back because of us, he might actually be at a disadvantage right now. Infringement's like, hey! And we just get the sound effect of dig, dig, dig. And it says, you sure can afford a leisurely chat, as we see Mount Lady grabbing him by like the jaws, just like opening up his mouth, and we see the League of Villains. I guess that's other heroes that have come for backup.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering who that was for a second. But yeah, it looks like it's other heroes that came as backup. And it says, those kids were trying to cram something into his mouth. Go on, big fella, open up and say ah. It's like they must have a way to stop him. And yeah, she's just like opening his mouth like a unruly dog that won't eat his medication.
Yeah.
And it says, I trust in you, little fledglings of UA. As we get the last shot of this entire chapter is Mina with her acid man.
Yes.
Oh, that makes me so happy. But also, she's like not holding.
It's in her other hand. It's in her other hand.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Never mind.
I barely see it. Yeah.
And I guess her hand's like protecting it from the acid.
Well, Kayla made a point where she's like jumping through Dobby's fire, and it seems like he thinks like most acids are actually not as flammable as most would assume. So I guess the acid man is protecting her from fire as she just like boldly jumps through it.
Which is very cool. I might start out, but I really like this chapter. It was really cool seeing the students like all work together to take down this like big like Goliath. It was also like, it was interesting seeing the league because there were some interesting scenes with Toga, especially her like ... one. I wonder if she's gonna like fall in love with Momo or something. Cause like she's attracted to more power, kind of. So like, cause right now she's like in love with like Ochako and Deku. So I don't.
She might be scanning for them.
Oh yeah, she might be wondering why they're not there.
And I was kind of like, this is kind of an out there theory, but like, what if she's like looking this on, recognizing these other students too, and she just thinks, I really want to be a student at UA.
Oh.
And then she gets a disguise and enrolls.
Or
I mean, she's tried it before.
Yeah.
or
Jake,
she's looking and she's seeing who the traitor is.
Oh, she recognizes someone.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I guess it was kind of cool about the reveal of some of Gigantomachia's quirks, like the one turning morale into physical energy. It made me think of Trumpet, who was on...
Yeah.
But it's different because it does it to himself.
And I was thinking too, like, I would be the perfect person to fight Gigantomachia because I have no morale. Just like...
It sounds like Usopp's, like, I'm already negative.
Yeah, it's a Perota.
Yeah,
oh, is he taking other people's morale, do you think?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. So, like, the more positive energy they give, it makes them stronger.
Oh.
I think that's what I got out of it.
I thought it was, like, his fantastical, like, loyalty to All For One, like, made him stronger or something. I don't know, it's a weird line that I'm interested in, but we don't...
like,
me too.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be one of those quirk explanations that personally, for me, doesn't quite make sense or land, but Horikoshi probably won't address this for the future, is my guess. I think the point of the scene is more so Dabi saying, like, that he's just stacked with all these different quirks to make him invincible.
Yeah, and I do like that Toga also, like, asks his arm is okay, because Twice, like, isn't here, because maybe Twice didn't worry about people as much, or maybe he did, but I also miss him, like, people are saying, oh, hot, and I was like, why isn't there an oh, cold? But that's what Twice is. But, so I wonder if, like, something's going on with Toga, because Toga knows that Twice is dead. Or she knows that, like, she basically knows he's dead. So and she hasn't talked to Dabi about it, so I don't think she's gonna turn traitor to them or anything. I just wonder if, like, I want to see inside Toga's head, basically. I find it really cool. And I just love Mountain Lady. I don't know, I really hope they are. And also Momo, this chapter is amazing. I love Long Plan Momo. But I'll pass the torch. Who else wants to talk about this chapter? If we want to go in order.
That would be my turn, because I went second. I was thinking too, like, with Toga, like, could she, consume some of Gigantamachia's blood and be like a second Gigantomachia? That would be crazy.
I just wonder if, like, the quirks that he's been given would pass on in the blood. I guess it would.
Yeah. It's hard to, like, determine that, though, because of, like, Deku not really being able to be copied, at least by Monoma. So there are some rules that we don't really understand.
Oh, because Toga has copied Deku, but she didn't try to use the quirk at all.
Correct. So she only did him, like, aesthetically.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't even know at that time she could do quirks.
Mm-hmm.
I also really enjoy the art this chapter, and I know we went on and on about the color spread, but it was so good. And then, like, to follow that up right after with, like, all the Class B and Class 1A that are assumedly present in those little panels, you can kind of see that Horikoshi was working really hard in those 2 weeks for this chapter. So I always love that when we get more panels of characters we don't see as much. I will say in those panels, like, Vanta Black looks really like Chungus, Big Chungus or something.
What
Just
page is he even on? Like, I don't know.
This is page 4.
Oh yeah! maybe he has. I think it's his cloak. I think he has a high turtleneck.
Yeah, like a collar almost.
Yeah, but he does look really. I don't know, his face is. I think it's mainly his eyes and that, like, he doesn't have a nose.
What were you saying, James?
No, he does look like Big Chungus. I was just asking, why does he look like this?
Yeah, I know. I first thought, and I'm like, but yeah, I see the cloak, like, under his hair. So you can kind of tell he's got a high collar. Let's see. I love Momo always, and it's like, I don't know. I love this whole scenario. Like, we see that Gigantomachia is this, like, almost unstoppable force, but they are, like, if nothing results from this, at least they're slowing him down a little bit. So I think it's already a win and a show that they are, like, their teamwork and their capabilities and their studies have had positive results, and they're a force to be reckoned with as well. So I like that whole, I like this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also like the part at the end with Mountain Lady. This is, like, to me, one of the most Western panels where she's trying to hold Gigantomachia's mouth open. Like, just the way she looks very Marvel Comics. So, big, I don't know, it's really cool. And I'm excited to see Acid Man.
Yay. And I just realized Kirishima is also running towards Gigantomachia, but he didn't really do anything, so I wonder if maybe he'll do something.
Yeah, I've had a feeling, too, like, he seems like the best suited to, like, if we're, like, one-on-one, Class 1A versus Gigantomachia, like, he'd almost be the best suited, but obviously he's no match for Gigantomachia by himself, but they just remind me of each other. So I would like to see him, like, accomplish something here.
Yeah, and Jay, what were your thoughts on the chapter?
I loved it. I love seeing Momo in charge. It's awesome to see all the kids just stand up and fight back after this whole arc has just been a lot of the pro heroes. And, you know, while that's cool in its own right, I was curious if we get to see the students do anything at all, aside from Deku and Bakugo throwing themselves into danger. And it looks really neat. It's cool to see everyone's synergy. There's something about Mina this chapter that I was like, I really hope these aren't death flags.
Oh!
There's something about it that was like, her saying, like, don't worry, Mineta, like, you know, Midnight's gonna be fine. Which, I think Midnight's not fine, personally. Because if it's like we had 2 chapters back to back, or close to each other, about 2 teachers, Aizawa and Midnight, saying that like they need to protect their students and whatnot. Aizawa can't go, I feel, because of the whole Kurogiri being Shirakumo from Vigilantes. And so I feel like if there had to be a casualty that was close, an adult casualty that was close to the students, it'd probably be Midnight, just because of the way it was set up. Not that I want it to happen, but I feel like it's just natural. And so Mina just like leaping into danger at the end, which is amazing. But there's something about that is like, it is fitting for Mina to try and take down Gigantomachia because she was the one that like fended them off when they a long time ago in Kirishima's backstory, right? When he was a lot smaller. And but I don't know. This could lead to a lot of different things. Does Kirishima back her up? I hope this is not a fridging situation where Mina's death is just meant for empowering Kirishima.
Yeah.
But if Mina had to go, I'm glad she's doing a lot. It's interesting. Going forward though, I wonder if they will stop Gigantomachia here and then confront the League, or will Gigantomachia escape and they still have to confront the League by themselves? Like, because the Spinner and Compress, when they're saying, they're like, oh, we might be holding him back. So I wonder if they'll just like abandon ship in a sense to fight off the kids.
Ooh.
I feel like the event, I've always imagined like Class 1A, and I guess at this point too, Class 1B, like pairing off into groups and taking on the League of Villains one by one. Similarly to the Heroes Rising movie, where they calculated their plan to separate the villains, and they all went out in pairings to go take on each villain, while Deku and Bakugo focused on the main baddie, which is happening right now. But yeah, really fun chapter.
I guess for Midnight, I wonder if maybe she'll be so injured that she like has to retire or something. I hope she doesn't die. But I got that like image of her like on the ground as like the kind of random villains like walk up was just like chilling, or she's like, I don't know. I guess I want for Dabi though. I feel like he has to fight Todoroki, but that might just be like I want fire versus fire, or like fire ice versus fire. But
sorry.
It's cool to see like maybe some of like the Class A students who don't always get a chance to shine actually fighting the League, which is really cool. So I do hope they kind of break them up, and maybe like, I don't know, Zero just like tapes up Dabi and is like, fireproof tape, asshole, or something. I don't know. What were you saying, Gary?
Like I've been kind of thinking, like one theory I have is that there is going to be this epic battle between Todoroki and Dabi, but also Genten. So we have both the fire and the ice side versus one person. So I think that would be really sweet if we ever get that.
But James, did you have any thoughts?
I hope Mina comes out of it okay.
Yeah. I'm worried she's gonna get like swatted down, but he's like hands are underground, so hopefully not.
Yeah. There's also this one panel that I didn't notice that was on page 6, and it's Gigantomachia laughing. It's like ha 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 ha. I was like, oh, crap. Before he, turns into like a sad turtle when he gets thrown into the ground. I always like when like just small or regular sized characters take down like a giant kaiju, or just like anything huge in general, like Oars and Thriller Bark, or whenever all the people defeat Shin Godzilla. I don't know, I just always like that whenever it's just a whole bunch of small people just beating a giant kaiju by themselves. And I want to say shout out to Mount Lady, because I think she was just holding on to him this entire time.
She's like forced to though, because she's holding on and she's like tied to him, like both. I don't know. Mountain Lady is a badass. Like that's all I'm gonna take away from this is like her like forcing his mouth open is like, I don't know. It's really nice to see like the girl heroes do something, because they don't always get the chance to.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Other than obviously, I do like that Mina is in the last like panel of the chapter. Like I love Acid Man. Let's see what else.
Oh, Compress can compress people, remember?
Oh no.
But he's on the ground, so he's getting attacked, so hopefully he won't, like... Ashido, like, even in Acid Man form, looks like a Pokemon, because it has, like, eyes. So, like...
Yeah, it looks like... I
Castle
don't think
Herb
it has any sentience. I think it's just like a form.
No, it does. I was just thinking of, like, Pokeballs.
I don't know if
Oh.
you're familiar with the Pokemon Reuniclus, but that's like what I'll post a
Yeah.
picture.
Okay, because I don't remember. Like, there's like 800
I
of
was thinking. I was thinking.
Oh, yeah! I see it.
That's what Mina reminds me of with Acid Man.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing Acid Man's green too. That's my guess. Cause
Here's the thing, because it's like when I first read the manga, I always thought, oh, Mina's acids are like purple, pink, or green, right?
right.
And then the anime makes it like white, and I'm like, that's a horrible
It
idea.
It is.
That's
Oh, go ahead.
no. I don't need to go on any further of describing
Right.
it.
Right, but then with like her figure that came out, they made it green, and I think in One Justice 2 they made it pink. So I think he's open to changing the color. He probably got some criticism.
Maybe.
That's why I was thinking maybe green.
I don't want Mina walking in a giant glob of white.
Yeah, no thank you.
Mm-mm.
It should be like an evil snowman.
For sure.
That's better. Frosty. Right now she's...
Gosh.
Is she Pinky right now?
Yeah.
Pinky.
Pinky
Yeah.
in the brain.
I liked Alien Queen. I wish that was.
Yes, Alien
real.
Queen.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Midnight, don't shoot down creativity.
Well, now she's gone. Now she's gone. She can't
Yeah.
stop her.
Exactly.
Oh,
Midnight
no.
needs to be gone so that Mina can finally become Alien Queen. And
We can
Bakugo
get-
can finally become Lord Explosion Murder. So
Yeah,
Yes.
we're all like secretly rooting for Midnight to. No, not really.
Oh, that's so bad.
She can just retire, maybe. And I really love, like, the flames and, like, the air imagery, which is really cool. Just, like, the dramatic shading in this chapter. Is
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like, just how strong Gigantomachi is. He just kind of like, because it's like in the panel, it just looks like he's casually blowing, and then like you just see a giant like everyone just getting like blown away to pieces,
Oh.
and then
Mhm.
no, go ahead.
I just had a thought, sorry, that could Mushroom Girl do the same thing of putting mushrooms in Gigantomachia's throat? I guess she needs to be
Now you're,
close.
yeah.
She needs to be able to spray her spores, and now that the fire is there.
True.
Yeah, they established that.
I kind of want her to make herself like a mushroom suit. Because I keep thinking of Dorohedoro when I see Mushroom Girl. I'm like, you could do so much more with mushroom powers. But, yeah.
So the Detnerat should create a giant bubble wand for Gigantomachia, so he can blow into that with destructive bubbles.
Oh my god. What?
That's the first thing I thought of when it came to like breath as a weapon. I don't know.
I'm writing destructive bubble one.
Especially, like I said, especially how casual it looks in that one panel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like Jay's idea that it is just him breathing almost normally, and it's still enough to do that.
Yeah.
Ah,
I was like, yeah. I will say, I'll just end it that this was a really good chapter, and I really liked it.
yes. I guess I wonder if it'll cut away back to Deku, or if we'll actually get to see Ashido land the blow.
Oh,
I feel like-
we have to see
Yeah.
this play out.
Yeah.
I think that's what the setup is going for. If it doesn't, I will.
Give me 5 chapters of a Mina battle and less of
Because at least, like, I'm more hopeful about this fight than I am, like, the Shigaraki one. The Shigaraki one just fills me with dread. But at the same time, I also feel like anything they do would be, like, a cop-out as well, because, like, Shigaraki's so powerful, I'm just like, how?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's gonna be one of Deku's convenient new quirks that will
That's
help
what I feel like.
Shigaraki.
That's why I feel like he's gonna get, like, float or something, or, like, unlock some other super one and be like, ha ha! But hopefully not. I trust Horikoshi that maybe it'll be... I don't know. Horikoshi, like, could pull random shit. That's amazing. Who knows? I just worry. But is there any other thoughts on this chapter? Because we do have an email. I don't know if I posted the email in the main chat.
I just quickly wanted to add two more of Sophie's comments. She loved the chapter, and let's see, I got excited thinking we'd actually see Ojiro do something, and jumped up, and she said, silly me.
Yeah, I thought maybe he would get to do something too. Or actually, I didn't really notice, but like...
He helped throw the discs, I think.
I want to say the discs were such a smart idea. I was so impressed. I was like, I really thought like Kaminari was just going to like dunk on everyone and just be like, I'd be like, I was so excited, but then he gets like rocks thrown in his face.
She also really fears for Mount Lady.
Oh, that would be sad if, like, all the female heroes, like, die.
No, we can't do that.
Please don't do that.
Because it's like, Ryukyu is in a bad spot, too, right now.
Okay, how much you want to bet that, oh my god, Gigantomachi can, like, breathe fire or something?
They already have fire covered. I mean, he could, but, I don't know.
Because remember, Deku's father could breathe a little fire.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like that would be the most amazing thing of this manga. It's like everything's going down, and then this like random guy walks up, and it turns out to be Deku's dad, and he just like starts breathing fire at the people.
He's like, I'm back from my work trip from overseas. See that this country is plummeting.
What I missed.
I'd like to introduce you to my other family as well. No, just kidding.
Oh my god, no.
I do hope that, like, once they take down Gigantomachi, it, like, lists off, like, the number of his quirks, not the names, but just says, like, 200, or, like, 30 quirks versus 30 students, winner. Or I guess there's not 30 of them. However many, 12 students, winner, students, or something like that.
That'd be cool.
But
Kind of like, they didn't include in the anime, but when Mirio was fighting Overhaul and was saying that it's been like 30 minutes since Mirio engaged Overhaul and 15 minutes since he lost his quirk, but he's been fighting him quirkless for all that time, or something like that. I was a little disappointed to not include that in the anime.
That moment, like, I still like, can't wrap my head around it, because he basically just like he avoided his hands, and he's just like, sucks to you. Mirio is the best. The end. He can share that title with Mudman. I'll allow it. But now I'm gonna pull up an email that we got from Kevin. And it says, "Hi, MHA Pod, Kevin for the third time. This arc of Vigilantes is really fun, and I want to say, Jay, did you want to talk a little bit about Vigilantes? Are you reading it?"
Yo, yeah, it's great.
Okay.
It's I didn't expect this final arc to go on for so long. I thought it actually would have been over by now, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm glad. And it's interesting. I mean, I love evil Nightwing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really enjoy, I mean, the art's very different from Horikoshi's art, but Betancourt, but there's still like filled with so much fun. It reminds me a lot of if you're familiar with the Japanese illustrator duo Guri Hiro, who did the Avatar: Last Airbender comics, and Gwenpool, but they're known for like their styles is super cute, but like and that's kind of goes for like, you know, my project, mainly like what I base my like what I based the art off of when I was looking for an artist. It's like things that are cute but can also look cool at the same time, because cute things can be cool and badass. So, and that's what I feel from Vigilantes. Like all these expressions, they are serious, but like I just love Koichi's face. He's adorable. And I am curious to see what you know, Endeavor's gonna do.
Oh yeah, that's worrying. Local hero murders 2 teenagers. The end.
The end.
Oh god.
But stops the murder hornets.
Yeah. Murder hornet stopped. Only 2 casualties in like tiny writing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting that like Vigilantes is actually in its final arc, and My Hero like feels like it is, but hasn't been announced. So like, is probably gonna continue after this.
Probably.
I feel like they would have warned us if this was the final arc, so it's not the final arc. I don't know. But
I think they would have warned us.
yeah, I need a warning. My heart will break. And Kevin's email continues, I'm kind of sad that the spin-off is going to end soon. Same. I really enjoy this alternate look of the Hero Society. I also like Proto Aizawa Sensei, Fat Gum, Captain Corn Man?
Yeah, I hope it's not Captain Cum, because I'd be really worried.
Captain Common Celebrity. I don't know what the joke is there. Captain Commander? The Tokatsu Mecha Comic Geek in me loves all the Easter eggs. The Hoto brothers look like Kamen Riders. The Mazinger Karate Club, and not Logan and not Scott Summers, are high school students, to name a few. I really like that. Hope that the main series incorporates some of the ideas here in Vigilantes in a future arc. I definitely think it would be really cool. I think we've said it over and over again, especially Sophie, that we really want to see a bit more about, oh my god, Tentacle? I forget his name.
Shoji?
Tentacle! I did the yeah, Shoji. That, like, kind of people with, like, maybe a bit scarier quirks being a bit more, like, feared, and or kind of just, like, or I think maybe what Ben Wardy's talking about is kind of, like, the different types of heroes and, like, whether you need to be a pro hero to be a hero. And then he does have a few questions. If Koichi did show up in the main series, how will you introduce him? What role will he have in the story? Let's go say, Jay, if you were to introduce Koichi now, how would you do it?
Right now?
Yes.
Knowing everything? This is assuming if the time skip happens.
Yeah.
Which I'm still not sure if it actually will, but if the time skip happens, and this is a time skip where I'd imagine all the students lose terribly, the villains win, the heroes all go into hiding because the villains take over Japan. I feel like Deku or one of the students will run into Koichi, who decided to pick up the vigilante mantle, the crawler mantle again. I'm assuming at the end of Vigilantes, Koichi's gonna retire. Because vigilantism is, like, not okay, and he's trying to be a law-abiding citizen, which is wrong for, at least in this quirk, society. But I have to imagine, like, Koichi would show up then, just, like, backing up a student, and I don't think he'll have a huge role, but he'll just, like, explain to all of them, like, even at a time when there was, like, less chaos and less villains, like, I still had to fight for what was right, and that'll help inspire students to, fight back as well, despite being at the disadvantage.
I guess. What if he's, like, in Tartarus or something? Like, they full on just arrest him and blame him for everything? Which would be really like a very sad end to Vigilantes. But then, like, if there is, like, a prison break or something, he can come out and help. I don't know, it's just something I just thought of. But Gary or James, I know we talked a little bit about Vigilantes last week, but did you have any thoughts about how you'd want to introduce him to the series again?
My thought is, like, Slide and Go, and it's really Koichi, and so he's, like, a triple agent.
Oh my god.
I was thinking that. Or I was thinking, like, if, like, he was given that quirk, but he has no connection to All for One beforehand, so it doesn't make sense. But, yeah. Or it's his son! Even though it's only, like, 8 years. It's his dad.
Yeah, I was just gonna add that 6 has the connection to All for One, so maybe he'll drag Koichi to All for One or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or Koichi's like, I gotta do this shit again! Like he sees it on the news or something, and he's like, it's another 6.
Mine is, like, super boring. I just want Koichi to be, like, a salary man, and it's just, like, you just see him in, like, a background panel towards the end.
Oh, that'd still be nice, though. That'd be, like, heartwarming.
I just want him to see, like, rip off his tie and be like, I've gotta go, honey, and we get to see Pop Step!
Aw.
It would be funny if My Hero spoiled the end of Vigilantes for us before Vigilantes ended.
Oh my god.
If, like, COVID screwed up the release timing of stuff. Or I guess it would make it further. I don't know. Kevin had a second question. This is more a fun activity, maybe for the next time we're on break, or My Hero Academia is on break. Have a quirk mix game. Is how it works. Just prepare 2 randomizers with just the quirks, spin the roulette, or randomly pick 2 quirks and describe what the name of the combined quirk and how it works. I guess, like, right now we use the randomizer for the wiki, Maybe we should just, like, write out a list for ourselves, so that way we can finally get rid of Gust Boy.
I love how much Gust Boy comes up in the randomizer.
Yes, he comes up too much. So I guess it's the Gary game, but revamped. And an optional one, since Haikyuu just ended. I forget, Jay, do you read Haikyuu?
I do.
Yes! Oh, I need to yell at you about Haikyuu later, but you're
I need to yell at everyone about Haikyuu.
But it just ended, and Shonen Jump doesn't have any sports manga as of the moment. What sport would you like to see a manga of?
Tennis. A proper tennis one. As a tennis player, I do not like Prince of Tennis.
Woo!
I think it's charming, but I'm not a fan of, I like the realism of Haikyuu. I don't like superpower, I mean, they don't quite have superpowers in Prince of Tennis, but some of those things, I'm just kind of like, those are ridiculous and impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Haikyuu is a little hyper-realized at times, I still feel like physically it's tough, but it's doable, I think. And people have also recommended Baby Steps to me, and I could not do it personally. I think something that Haikyuu does well that no other sports manga has done is have your protagonist already love the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really tired of watching protagonists discover what the sport is, and for some superficial reason play it, or they don't have a really good reason. Like, I just recently finished going through, rereading and then actually finishing, because I guess I never finished it, iShield 21.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great, but it's just pure high-octane adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
There's match after match, there are no consequences for losing, but it's still fun in its own right. But the main character just kind of falls into the sport, and I do believe that he likes it, but it's not like he has a real reason to like it. He's just kind of like, oh, everyone tells me I'm good at it, so I think I like it.
Yeah,
so
I was like, Senna was just kind of thrown in.
Yeah,
to the sport.
It's kind of cool for Haikyuu. It's not Hinata learning about it. It's more like the teacher Takida. Like, people are like, okay, this is how volleyball works.
Yeah. And again, people keep telling me Baby Steps is good, but 7 episodes, I'm like, this kid has not picked up a racket yet. Like, I also don't like how visually it looks. It's like when you have a line and be like, wow, that's my classmate. She's the prettiest girl in school. And I'm like, you guys look exactly the same. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. But the problem with a tennis series, though, is not really a team sport. And I think sports manga work better when it is about, because sports genre manga, I feel like, is a heightened version of battle shonens, where it is like your protagonist and their rival and then a group of supporting cast all working together to train and grow stronger to take down opponents, yada yada. The only thing that sports manga, I feel, does better than battle shonens is that they don't use death as a crutch. Like, because death doesn't really exist in sports manga. It's loss, and the way they emphasize loss as, like, the worst thing in the world is, I think, it's more powerful than death. So, yeah.
And also, like, the third year is graduating.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is also, like, a side effect of loss.
There's a ticking time bomb, in a sense. Like, it's you don't quite get that with battle shonens, I feel.
James or Gary, do you have any sports manga ideas or sports you really want to see?
I just want iShield 21 to be in the vault. But I really like iShield 21.
I've read a little bit of it, but I didn't really get that into it.
Okay.
It's very good for what it is. I think I'm just a little spoiled by Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's already a lot of soccer manga out there too. Like,
is there?
I don't know. Yeah.
I guess I haven't really read any of them.
There's a new one, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Driver, right, or something like that.
Yeah, there's already a new one. I want to see a shonen take on curling. That'd be kind of cool.
Gary?
I'm gonna comment on what Jay said about Prince of Tennis. That's like the anime. Well, I read the manga as well, part of it, and it really scarred me on shonen because how the lead character is in the very beginning is playing against the high school team, and he makes the comment, and he's kind of they're kind of even, but he is better. And then he's like, well, I was playing with my left dominant hand all along. It's like, come on, give me some relatability. and like somebody I can actually root for. But anyway, I was thinking too with Haikyuu, like it is really rare for me to enjoy, because I've seen the anime, I've tried to read the manga and have a bit of a hard time with it. And because I think it does really well when I can like see the action play out, like for me personally. So anyway, I was thinking like my ultimate sports anime would be dressage. So that's like basically horse dancing, where people ride the horse and they like.
That'd be amazing, honestly.
That would be the best thing, and I've seen videos of them like doing it to like gangster rap and stuff like that. I don't know. It would be the most wild thing if they could pull that off.
Like the different personalities of horses would be cool too, because like there's a lot to horses, which I think is neat. I mean, or it definitely makes me think of it's not dressage, but Silver Spoon. A little bit.
I love Silver Spoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good comedy for me anyway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess the Canadian in me says hockey.
I was thinking curling. Would be
is there a hockey manga or anything? I know there is like a English one that's like a Check Please. That's like a comic.
Not in recent years, I don't think.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna search hockey manga and see what shows up.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Oh, there's My Heavenly Hockey Club.
Go ahead, shout out loud, hot, metal finish, Iceman.
I thought those were all the one title, but separate titles.
Oh, no, they're separate. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, this is a light novel.
My Heavenly Hockey Club looks like a shoujo.
I guess I kind of want a basketball one, but I just need to read Slam Dunk is really the answer.
Well, my favorite one is Real. Oh, what was that?
There's just one hockey manga called Hot. It's a one-shot.
Yeah.
Uh,
My favorite basketball manga is Real, the same author of Slam Dunk, but like the art is just amazing. But it's what's the word?
Wheelchair basketball.
Yeah, basically.
Ooh.
So, it's so good. It's so good, Jay. But the art is beautiful. It's like really funny. It's more serious in tone, but it's got a lot of really great drama to it. It's like my top, anyway, manga. So
I'll have to check it out. I mean, I never finished Slam Dunk. I read like 200 chapters, but a friend of mine really recommended watching the anime, so I'm like, all right, let me just start over and watch it. And I'm surprised at how well the adaptation is. Like the comedy. I mean, it is an older show, but like the comedy beats really land, and all the voice acting is incredible. Especially the main character. So I'm slowly going through that, and so I know there's a lot of like analogs between the characters of Slam Dunk and Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Like I'm already noticing a lot. So I'm just on a Haikyuu fix right now, and so I just need to consume.
I don't know. There are so many sports manga that I haven't read because there's a lot that aren't in Jump that I should definitely like try to check out more. I don't know.
What else are you guys reading in Jump right now? Out of curiosity.
What am I reading? My Hero, Act Age, Chainsaw Man, Dr. Stone, One Piece. I am still reading. Actually, I'm kind of still reading Me and Roboco, Magui-chan of Destruction, Undead Unluck, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm also kind of reading Akashi Triangle just because I'm like, what is happening? This weird thing. I guess the only things I'm not reading is more A Gravity Boys, Moral King, and Bone Collection.
I recently started A Gravity Boys, and I really recommend it.
Really? I kind of fell off of it where I was like, I don't care.
Once I realized that there isn't really a serial narrative. It's just an episodic slice of life of these dumb boys trying to survive in space with their primal needs.
The gag of the week, basically.
Yeah. Then I started really enjoying it more. Like, there was like one of the recent chapters I read was like, oh, like we need to make money and like if we can like so we can like barter with other planets, and so they decide to like take the cutest of the boys and have them be a like Twitch streamer in a sense. And it's like all these like aliens from other planets are like, oh man, they're so cute. I have no idea what they're saying, but I'm gonna give them my money. And it's just a whole chapter about like them making so much money off of this one boy who just does not want to be a streamer. It's so over the top and ridiculous. I'm enjoying it for the gag that it is. To fill myself with laughter when Spy Family isn't updated for the week.
Oh yes, I love Spy Family so much.
It's so good.
What do you guys read? Other boys reading in Jump.
Let's see. My Hero Academia, Mashal. I really like Mashal a lot. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like wizards and stuff, but like the guy's just a strong buff boy, and he just punches his way through. One Piece, obviously. Actage. I haven't caught up yet. I got caught up until the Gap. I'm just being patient now. Hopefully they release the other chapters. Dr. Stone, obviously. Me and Roboco is really good. Let's see what else. Time Paradox Ghost Rider.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't read the most recent chapter of it yet, but it just last week was cool. It yet.
And a lot of other ones that I still need to catch up on. I'm trying to see if I can like read all of current shonen that's running, and it's just like a lot to read. But yeah, that's mostly what I'm reading right now. I'm trying to see if I missed anything, but
I'm guessing, Gary, are you not reading like anything besides Dr. Stone and this?
Well, I guess it's kind of anticlimactic, because I was going to be like, get ready for my long list here.
Sorry.
My hero, Dr. Stone, and My Hero Vigilantes. That's all I'm doing right now.
Nice.
Pretty sad.
Solid list.
Yeah. I did read, I was reading Ed Gravity Boys for a while, about 8 chapters in, and I don't know. Sorry, Jay.
No, that's okay.
I like go back to it every now and then and see what's going on. I did like the first chapter of Me and Roboco, but I haven't read it. I was gonna say too, like when we were talking about sports manga, like 2 of my favorite ones that are probably not as widely known. Well, Cross Game, there's an anime of that, but I really enjoyed the manga.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of like emotional and background, like
it hits hard.
Backstory, it really
fast.
does. Really, yeah, the first volume of the manga is like, it really gets you. And then, there was one, this is older, but it was called Whistle. It was soccer. And it's very light and cute and sweet. It's not like I mean, obviously it's competitive, because it's a sports manga, but it's not like everyone's out to like, maim each other. You know what I mean? It's not like vindictive in any way. And I really enjoyed that. Yeah. Well, that's a couple.
Woo. I guess, or Jay, I'm curious, have you watched Big Wind Up Ufuri?
I've been meaning to. Someone recommended. Yeah.
It's really good.
I
feel like Crunchyroll only has like season 2.
Yeah, it's weirdly split up, where I think part of it is on, I think Crunchyroll might have season 1 and Funimation has season 2 dubbed, or it's the opposite.
I think it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Funimation did the first season, and they did good.
But then it's really annoying that, like, it doesn't have an English publication for the volumes. So, like, it just ends, and you're like, I want to read more. Because it's still going. But it's just, like, behind a wall of Japanese. I guess maybe I should, like, buy the volumes and, like, stare at them. Because, I don't know, it's baseball. I can, like, figure it out. But I think that might be a good spot to end it. There are now a lot of gag manga and Shonen Jump, and I don't like the gag ones as much. But I do also want to say that the ghost one, what's it called? Mitama Security Spirit Busters is really funny, and it's like probably my favorite of like not the big ones right now, besides like maybe Yozakura Family, because it's funny as well.
I was going to say, too, I was very disappointed that Guardian of the Witch got axed pretty early. I actually liked it.
Oh. It did seem really cool, but it didn't really seem like it was I don't know, it felt like it was going somewhere with it, but then it kind of just, like, stopped, but I guess it's because it got canceled. Yeah,
it ended really abruptly. I was like, wow. But
Or Jay, are you reading most of what's in Jump right now? I don't know if you said. Sorry.
Oh, I try to. I think it's interesting. Like the types of manga that there are in Jump right now. So I'm personally being a little bit more selective. Like I try to give everything a shot. I hear a lot about Act Age.
Yes.
I read the first chapter, and I don't know if it's like me personally have worked with actors before, but it just wasn't selling it for me. I was kind of like, okay, like I get the appeal, but that's just me personally. Maybe I'll go back to it. I really should give Chainsaw Man another try. Just cause I just look at it, I'm like, this is a less crude version of Fire Punch, which is like by the same author. So I'm like, I'm not quite, as if like I wouldn't even get too far, but I'm like, I'm not quite seeing it. But I hear people really like it. But when I hear people really like it, I just see fan art of Power. And I'm just kind of like, okay, like.
I do like, because it's very crude, but it also does have like a very heartfelt like sense to it, which I like. Because I haven't read Fire Punch, but
Fire Punch is a lot more violent. That's why
I've heard about it, and I was just like, I don't want to read this.
It's a little upsetting, not gonna lie.
It's like I don't know. Chainsaw Man is kind of maybe a little bit toned down version of that, but I would say check it out. But to each their own.
I definitely will. I have a backlog for sure. And it's not like there's anything else to do during this time.
Exactly. Now's the time. Because I'm looking through. I'm like, wait, I need because I'm just sad that now like Haikyuu's it's not there for me to read anymore, which is sad. But this is the My Hero Academia podcast, and next week there will be a chapter of that. But Jay, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Jayperior, JayPerior. I just talk about anime or my comic that I'm working on, or whatever endeavors I'm working on. So
nice. Yeah. Do you have a release date for your comic yet, or is that a bit early?
The only thing I can say that my producers will allow me to say is the range of 2021 is the intention for sure.
Nice.
We're still on our way of working on it. I'm working on it like every day.
Yeah.
And it's been fun.
I like seeing when you were working on like some of the like sound effects for it, which is really cool.
Oh, like lettering and whatnot.
Yeah.
Honestly, like reading manga has definitely helped me like figure out like why do they use this sound effect for certain noises and whatnot. It's interesting.
Because I asked, I was like, when can I pre-order it? But next year. Or mystery date. It's a mystery
I will let you guys know for sure.
Yeah, we'll have you on again. We'll have you on anyways, but we'll have you on again when it comes out to help plug it super hard.
You don't have to, but I appreciate that.
Yay. But Gary, where can we find you?
I was going to add, too, I check my mailbox every day for my copy.
Oh, my God. No.
Oh, poor Gary.
Yeah, no, I'm just teasing you. But I have one coming. I supported it. Okay, you can find me on Twitter at Wrath of Giraffe.
Nice. James, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at That One Welder Guy. I mostly post chocolate chip cookie recipes. The experiment goes on.
Was the bacon one good, or I think you posted it?
Yeah, I would say it was good after I let the dough ferment for like a couple days. Everything mellowed out. Like when I baked them fresh, like all the salt content was kind of off and stuff, and I was like, maybe I'll adjust this. But then I let the dough sit for a couple days, and like, nope, it's perfect. But anyways, yeah, I don't really post welding content right now, but chocolate chip cookie content, yes. I also have the Kicking Stones podcast, a Dr. Stone manga read-through podcast. Kendra was on last week. And the Weeb Jammin' podcast, where we did Samurai Champloo for July, and we're going to record a Perfect Blue movie review pretty soon. You can follow that at Jammin' Weeb.
Nice. And she's not on this week, but you can follow Sophie on Twitter at Chopper's Antlers. You can follow me on Twitter at Sniper of My Heart. And I do have another podcast recovered the end of Haikyuu. The episode I don't think is out yet. I think it's coming out in the next few days. You can follow that on Twitter at HaikyuuPod. And I don't think we're done yet. We're probably gonna be doing a few victory laps as well as the anime, so stay tuned for that. For this podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at MHAPod, and email us at myheropod@gmail.com, and you can visit our website at www.mhapod.com. So send us your thoughts, your theories, and what color acid Ashido should have, really. And can anybody think of a roundup to yell?
Oh, crap.
Open up a thing of Pop Rocks and go beyond!
Plus
Ultra.
Yay!
Someone please get Skeptic out of there.
Yeah.
This is My Hero Academia Plus Ultra. Manga, anime, news and more. Plus Ultra.